Welcome back, everyone, to Bull Room number 4. Wow, we're already on number 4, AZ. Kind of crazy. Today, we're switching it up. We've been talking about dividend stocks, stock market, showing you how to build passive income on there. But I think in our community, as Latinos and Hispanics, Bitcoin is kind of big because El Salvador, they use Bitcoin out there. Everyone kind of knows about Bitcoin. Everyone has heard about Bitcoin, but what is Bitcoin? And, we're going to talk about that today. So, this is your host, MP, and behind the scenes,
AZ.
And, AZ, what is Bitcoin? Do you know anything about Bitcoin?
Bitcoin is a digital currency. Established in 1896.
Oh my God. Don't spread fake news, man.
I don't know anything about Bitcoin.
Okay, well, look, Bitcoin is quite simple. It's just a digital currency that is trying to solve problems that we have while paying for things online. And what could potentially be those problems, right? You might be like, I got no problems paying for stuff online. Well, look, in the modern day system, whenever you go on Amazon and you have to pay with a credit card, it goes through a credit card company. Or when you pay through a debit card, it goes through a bank account, right? It goes through a whole bank before it gets to the next person, right? So Bitcoin is quite simple. It just wants to take away the middleman, okay? Now, the only issue with that is, well, without a middleman, who's going to verify that the transaction happened? This is where the amazing technology of blockchain comes in, right? This is what makes Bitcoin. So, simply, blockchain is just a digital database that distributes nodes, okay? And these nodes are obviously your Bitcoins, right? And it allows those nodes to never be used again once sent. Okay, it's simple peer-to-peer network. That's what a blockchain is. Okay, just like I said, takes out the middleman, and it just verifies. It makes sure that these nodes are going to the proper Bitcoin wallet, and that it can no longer, once it's out of this Bitcoin wallet, it can never go back in without it having, obviously someone sending it back to them. Okay, so do you think credit card fees and all that, these middlemen is a problem, AZ? Do you think that may be a problem that we may have in the future?
No, not really. I mean, if you have a credit card, besides those ridiculous interest rates on the credit cards.
Oh, okay. Well, I think maybe because you don't have a business. Like where you sell, where you're selling something, right? Because with me, on the other hand, when people book an appointment through npautodetailing.com, I have to, you're going to put your, let's say, $50 deposit down, right? But out of those $50, I'm only going to receive 48 and something cents because I have to pay credit card fees. Typically, the business takes the hit, okay? And this is why Bitcoin is superior, because then sometimes there's even companies that put that fee on the consumer, okay? It just depends on what system you're using. I don't do it because I wouldn't want to do that to my clients, right? Now, in my company, we just bite the bullet. But now, Bitcoin is simple because it takes away those fees. And if there is a fee, it's very little, right? That's what the solution of Bitcoin is, and that's the solution they're trying to solve when it comes to digital transactions and digital currencies.
Yeah. Let me add one thing, a little bit off topic, but it's funny that you mentioned those card processor fees.
Okay.
Because when you go to any restaurant now, right, they flip over that tablet. Hey, let me answer this question really quick, and it's like tip 15%, 20%, 30%, right?
Yeah.
I hate it. It shit makes me embarrassed, man. But I'm not gonna give you a tip for making me a little latte. I'm sorry. But even if you do, it's fine. I get it. But those tips, tip in cash better. Because just like you said, the processors take a good chunk of tip because it's not the actual business's what is it called? Profit off what they're selling.
Yeah,
but just the tip.
It's just
so they take a bigger portion of the tip, which leads to less tip for the actual worker. So
no, I think the worker still gets it, bro.
No, they do.
But who's taking the bullet is a business.
No, I heard that they'll take it's part of the tip. So let's say somebody tips $20, whatever the fee is, the worker loses a part of that.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, so Bitcoin would resolve that. Bitcoin would be a solution for that.
Doesn't Bitcoin have like gas fees and stuff though to be able to?
But it's much smaller than credit card fees.
I don't know. Honestly,
the gas fees that are expensive, and we're obviously not going to talk about that today, is Ethereum, and that's the one that's having problems right now.
Oh, okay.
But no, there is a transaction fee for Bitcoin. There's obviously some flaws in the Bitcoin system. Not every system's fully like bulletproof or perfect, but it's much better than the system we currently have. Okay, and I think we could all agree with that if you do proper research. All right, and look. There's something about Bitcoin that I genuinely find amazing. And that is something called a Bitcoin halving. So not only does Bitcoin solve the problem of peer-to-peer transactions online, right, taking the fees to a lower rate and making it pretty quickly to transfer from person to person, okay? But it has a Bitcoin halving every 4 years. What a Bitcoin halving is that every 4 years, the reward of Bitcoin that is mined through these computers. So what these computers essentially do is solve the blockchain for them to verify the transactions, and they receive a reward, and that reward is Bitcoin. Okay, but every 4 years, that reward is cut in half, and this is going to happen until all 21 million Bitcoins are mined. So technically, every 4 years, it becomes rare and rare and rare. It just becomes more and more rare. And I believe, because of the Bitcoin halving, that Bitcoin is better than gold in the sense of store of value. Because in the modern day world right now, a lot of people are using Bitcoin to beat inflation. A lot of people are using Bitcoin to store their values, their money, their net worth. And it's because of this thing called Bitcoin halving, because the demand of it is going to increase and the supply of it is going to decrease. It's simple economics. It's economics 101. You learned this in high school. If you didn't pay attention, well, you should have. Okay? Now, how is Bitcoin better than gold? You see, with gold, there's about 2,500 to 3,000 tons mined every year. And this will continue until, I don't know, when the day they don't find any gold. You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy because there's only 2 million Bitcoin left. And there's going to be a Bitcoin halving on April of 2024. So it's going to become even more rare. And the amount of Bitcoin distributed per year is going to be a lot less than the gold mined after April 2024. And that, to me, is the reason why I believe Bitcoin is better than gold. I just want to make this clear. None of this is financial advice. All this is for entertainment purposes only. I'm not telling you to buy Bitcoin. I'm just telling you what Bitcoin is, simply. And if you're interested in this, we highly encourage you to go do your own research. But AZ, did I explain Bitcoin pretty well, or did I miss anything? I know you didn't really understand it too much, but with the rundown I gave you, do you have a better understanding of Bitcoin?
Sure, yeah. Better understanding. I'm still worried of those gas fees. I'm nervous that it'll turn out the same way as what credit card providers do now.
I don't believe so, bro.
No,
because you're right? What would happen after all the Bitcoins are issued?
Mm-hmm.
Right. But that's the thing. I did mention that Bitcoin is being used as a store of value, not really as transactions, not really as a currency.
Yeah.
So a lot of people believe that, obviously, like Ethereum, it's having problems with their gas fees, but that is something that is going to be more used as a currencies to do actual transactions, right? You got others like Cardano as well that that's kind of similar to Ethereum, but different because they have a different infrastructure, and those two are used or would be more used as a currency. Rather, gold Bitcoin would be used like gold as a store of value because of the fact that it's so rare, and that the supply goes down, and obviously with new people trying to get into Bitcoin, the demand will go up, causing the price to go up just like gold. So Bitcoin might not be used as a currency, but it will be used as a store of value. Because I'll tell you this much, bro. Even if you buy gold, even if you invest in gold, how hard and how heavy is it going to be to move $100,000 worth of gold? Let's say we go to war. What are you going to do? Move all that gold with you? Or you're going to run away with a USB drive and your 100K of Bitcoin?
I hope that's not the case, man.
Well, it is the case. It's the case of many Ukrainians. Many Ukrainians have escaped Ukraine and the Ukraine and Russia war by transferring their money, their Ukrainian money, into Bitcoin, putting in a USB and a cold wallet USB drive, and escaping Ukraine with their money.
That makes sense. That does make sense.
You see, so that's why, that right there shows you if World War III were to pop off, Bitcoin, and you survive, Bitcoin would be the best way to store your value.
Yeah, man, I hope not. That would mean that. I don't know, man. That would mean, at that point, I don't even know if I would be alive, bro. That's crazy.
Hey, but I'll be rich. If you survive.
Yeah, you'll be rich, man.
The goal is to survive, bro. You can't go in there with negativity.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
But with that being said, this is the end of the bull room. Any final thoughts, AZ?
No, man. Get your long term in crypto or in stocks.
Do some research.
Yeah,
the bull room is to simply open your mind to these things and for you to do your own research. But with that being said, stay dedicated, stay motivated. All money in, no money out. And just like we say in the Latin Wealth Club, I'm going to say it here on the bull room. Don't be a little fucking bitch. And we'll see you on the next one. Play it out, Charlie.